Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Yakim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And what we have here is a picture of the mayor of New York by the name of Eric Adams. Okay. Pretty much he's in Jerusalem at what you want to call the Wailing Wall. Okay, this is pretty much a amongst them that live there in Israel. This is a sacred holy place for them. You see, and pretty much you got this Jake that's there, and you see the pretty much the photo op that's pretty much being taken. He got the powers that be that are over this man, and pretty much overseeing pretty much the most powerful city in Babylon. This is a major financial center. All right, pretty much all other major cities pretty much follow in the model of New York City, what you want to call the Mecca. And pretty much, you see, these are his handlers, and pretty much this man used to be a former police officer. Okay, he was a very active advocate for pretty much subduing, crime. He was always a big fighter against crime. And pretty much he got put in office. All right, elected as the mayor of New York, and he had these big aspirations of cleaning up the city, bringing out the back the jump out boys, which you want to call the undercover detectives, which pretty much back in the 90s and 80s they used to wreak havoc pretty much in the city, and this model was pretty much picked up by Rudolph Giuliani, and pretty much he turned the city around and pretty much cleaned up the city. But you see now with the agenda that's going on, where when this coon pretty much got into office, he got that call from Washington, and basically they told him behind the scenes to sit on your hands and do nothing, and now you're seeing the city going to ruin. Crimes at an all-time high. The cops are pretty much just wanting to just do their shift and just make it home. You're seeing drug use out in the open drug market, and pretty much it's not just New York. You're seeing this all over the cities of Babylon. These major cities in Babylon. You're seeing them pretty much being an enclave in a habitat for crime. And pretty much the fabric of life as people who had known it to be in their security is pretty much deteriorating, but this man is pretty much answering. He's a gatekeeper, okay, and you have many other leaders that actually went to this holy place, of the heathen, and pretty much bow down pretty much to their will, so to speak, And this was a ultimate, when you're dealing with this through the spirit, this is where we at, Jake. We're at the mercy and submission of the enemies. Okay, and they pretty much know that. You see, and they pretty much have to keep you Jakes from continually to go off, man. All right, that's their job. The job is to keep these people in here, to keep our people pretty much off balance, continue to indulge in wickedness. You see? All right, and pretty much do everything they can and to separate us from our power. So I'm start off with let's go with Ezekiel. Okay. Let's start Ezekiel 36. This is Ezekiel 36 verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus say the Lord power, because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. And pretty much, man, this is what you see here. This is pretty much land belonging to your Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and people scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, all right, that pretty much go back to the stock of Jacob, but may look like the other nations, you see, first and foremost. But the ancient high places are in the enemy's possession, man. And pretty much, the powers that be pretty much know that, you see. So this is pretty much a mockery being made, all right, in the eyes of the nations, you see, all right. So it says, therefore, verse 3, therefore prophesy and say, thus say the Lord power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye may be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, that you are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are the infamy of the people. Pretty much, you're their byword, and they're pretty much you're being slandered, man. You see, okay? You people are in the lowest state. It's basically what this is saying. Okay, you people are pretty much are swallowed up on every side. You don't know who the hell you are. Okay, you got people that are standing in your stead. All right, and pretty much are taking on what you were created to be. You see, all right. And the Lord said that He's going to discontinue you from your heritage that He had gave you, and we're seeing the ultimate prophecy going down. That picture pretty much was a recent, within the last few weeks. You see, all right. So this basically fits that prophecy perfectly, man. You see, all right. You people are pretty much a possession and a residue of the heathen, man. All right. This man has to answer to people that are over him, man. The small hats. You see, this man is not doing anything of his own power. He came in to office, as mayor of New York, with aspirations of cleaning up the city, and pretty much, they told him what it was, man. You are to do nothing. You are to let this place go into ruin, okay? So we could come in and establish our order. You see, all right, and things are deteriorating by the day. You see, and this is exactly how they have it set up. So it says, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus say the Lord power to the mountains, to the hills, to the rivers, to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken. And a lot of these cities to this day are forsaken in Israel, man. Okay? They pretty much have built up pretty much the major cities on there, but pretty much as a whole, this place is pretty much desolate, man. All right? It's desolate like its people. You see? So pretty much, the prophet Ezekiel, okay, the Spirit of the Lord was upon him to prophesy against the high hierarchy of Israel. Okay? You see? Which it says, right? Of the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. And are not the heathen round about that place? And everybody's pretty much staking their claim within that land, and it does not even belong to them. You see? Okay? This land was only given to a certain people. All right? And the people right now do not possess it. All right? It says, therefore, thus say the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. And pretty much that's pretty much speaking of Edom, man. Okay? Because pretty much that's who possesses that land. Okay? Along with the other heathen, Ishmael, But here, this is the Old Testament. But here you have the word pretty much there is Idumea. All right? But really pretty much goes back to Edom. Okay? And pretty much let's look it up real quick. Okay? Idumea, Edom, red, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau. Okay? Land of Edom, Idumea. You see? Pretty much the land of the south and southeast of Palestine, and going back to Mount Seir. You know, but pretty much this is who this land is being possessed by, man. You see? And it says, right? Therefore, thus say the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession, with the joy of their heart, and with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. You see? And pretty much, this has been done with the spiteful minds, man. You see? All right, these are the pretty much the 48ers, okay, that are occupying the land. We pretty much know the story. We always go over it of how this land was actually possessed. And you want to go all the way back to World War One, all right, where England, okay, pretty much possessed it after 1917, and the land was pretty much preserved up into 48, and pretty much presented to the heathen. You see, okay, through a declaration, okay, you see, but it says, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus said the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have bore the shame of the heathen. And pretty much we have bore the shame of the heathen, man. Okay, because look where Jake is getting his marching orders from. Okay, this man is supposed to be the face of the people, so to speak. Okay, you see, pretty much Jake pretty much voted this man in. Okay, and pretty much now, his marching orders are not of his own. You see, okay, and pretty much, man, this is a lower state that you're in right now, man. Okay, pretty much, the handlers are there, and pretty much, he's handling their affairs here in Babylon, here in the city, and to see the photo op, they make sure that they had the sunglasses on, and pretty much are taking the picture, you see, and pretty much, man, this is a dumb to the nose, man, you see, okay, it says, therefore, thus say the Lord power, I have lifted up my hand, surely the heathen that are about you shall bear their shame. Okay, and the Lord is waking up to this whole thing, man. Okay, the Lord is pretty much waking up his eye to his people, and pretty much rendering judgment. You see, okay, and basically the Lord is actually moving these chess pieces around, and we're here, pretty much war is in the air, man. You gotta understand that our power is pretty much a man of war, and when we think about war going on in the earth amongst these heathens, we have to also know that the Lord has said, okay, pretty much that he's gonna plead with these people, okay, for his heritage, Israel. You see, okay, so we have to know and be patient of how the Lord is pretty much stirring the pot, so to speak, man. All right. From there, let's go to Psalms real quick. All right. Let's see the book of Psalms, chapter 19, chapter 35, verse 19. Let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with an eye that hate me without a cause. And they're pretty much winking their eye and they hate you without a cause, man. Because these people, your enemy, pretty much, keeps you close by them. You see, and watches over you with a watchful eye. And pretty much continue to have you going the hell off, man. Pretty much, we want to think about the music industry, the entertainment industry. Okay, you want to think about politically. Okay, you want to think about the engineered culture that has been pretty much mesmerizing the masses of the people. Pretty much talking about you tribes, through media, through the different avenues of social media, okay, and pretty much, man, has kept you in a confounded state, man. You see, okay, but they wrongfully rejoice over you. Okay, and they wink with an eye that hates you without a cause. For they speak not peace, but they devise the deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. You see, and pretty much, man, they devise the deceitful matters, man. Okay, they set snares and pits for you, jakes. You see, they don't want. It's not really ultimate peace for you. Okay, all hands that are going on within the hoods, man, is working against Jake, man. Okay, everything that's set up is against you, Jakes, man. This truly is the valley of the shadow of death, man. Okay, all right, pits and snares at every turn, man. Okay, and who has created that, man? Your enemy has created that, man. You know, Jake is pretty much have been manipulated. You know, all right. You see, we're more righteous than our neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduce them, man. Okay, so Jake has been seduced into this destructive lifestyle, man. Okay, and it's been force fed to you, and they pretty much have the engine, okay, to keep it going, man. You see, okay, it says, yea, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, aha, our eye have seen it. You see, and pretty much everybody is singing your nakedness, man. You know, okay, the nakedness is being seen through from the nations, man. It says, this thou hast seen, O Yahweh, keep not silence, O Lord, be not far from me. Stir up thyself and awake to my judgment, even unto my cause, my power and my Lord. You know, and we're pretty much, man, this is this is the basically the sentiment that we have, man. You know, wake up to the things that are going on, man. Okay, how long, O Lord? You see, it says, judge me, O Yahweh, my power, according to thy righteousness. Let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, ah, so we have it. Let them not say we have swallowed them up. And pretty much, man, this is the position that they're in, man. Okay, you pretty much have somebody that's running around and saying that they're you. All right, and pretty much, man, when you start to go into the full understanding, okay, of what it is that they're doing, all right, and pretty much the confusion, okay, that's been injected into the people, all right, we're taking on a culture that's of engineered foolishness, man. You see, okay, you basically see, you know, hey, you know, we still running around, okay, that we're still called by a color, man. Okay, you see, truly and totally destroyed, man. You see, all right, it says, verse 26, let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. You see, and that's what we're asking here, man. Okay, let them be brought to confusion, man. Okay, that cup pretty much is going to be turned unto them, man. You see, okay, they rejoice at your hurt. Okay, this is how they stay in power, man. All right, let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me, and this is not them being magnified against you. Okay, you know, okay, a heathenistic custom that pretty much is in the land, and you're pretty much subscribing to it, man. You see, okay, totally destroyed. You know, you see. All right, from there, let's go to Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 12, and it says concerning Edom, thus say the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. And how did he avenge himself upon them, man? Okay, pretty much the North Atlantic slave trade. Okay, and pretty much you talking about the house of Judah, but when you want to talk about the tribes as a whole, you know, the whole removal act, the Indian Removal Act. Okay, that was pretty much going on here in Babylon. You see? All right, and it says, therefore, thus say the Lord power, I have also stretched out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. You know, and you know, when you go into the scriptures, man, you pretty much, you know, Edom in Babylon is pretty much, you know, gonna meet the same fate, so to speak. Okay, those two are pretty much interchangeable. Okay, all right, the land that's being ruled by the Edomites, all right, which is Babylon. Okay, here the chief house of Satan. Okay, and pretty much, you know, the Lord has a judgment for it, man. Okay, the Lord said He's going to cut off man and beast from it. You see? Okay? And even that land itself over there has to be purified, man. You see? It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. You see? All right? And pretty much, man, hey, the Lord is pretty much going to put his anger and fury, okay, upon his people, man. You know? And, like I said, there's different ways that we can always, say that's how it's going to go down, okay? But it's going to go down according to the Lord's anger. The anger that we would have is not even going to match the anger that the Lord will put, the spirit that He's going to put upon His people, man. You see? All right? And this basically is something that's going to happen, man. It's going to go down, just the way that the Lord said it's going to go down. You see? Okay? And, pretty much, man, hey, this is the little state that Jake's in right now, man. And we're going to need we need a deliverer, man. You see? Okay? And this is what the path to destruction, okay, the hands that be, the powers that be, are pretty much, at the helm. And this is what's leading our people, man, to destruction, man. Okay? All right? This man is not set up to stop any type of bleeding that's going on, man. This is pretty much judgment that's going on right now in New York and pretty much in all these other cities amongst the 2/3, man. All right? And the Lord really set this thing up, man. But pretty much you see, the hands that be, the powers that be, that are controlling, okay, all right, and setting up this gatekeeper, all right? And, they pretty much changed his tune real quick, man. I see? All right? And this man is pretty much set up to continually to destroy the fabric of the people, man. You see? All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash, Shalom.